My name is Dan Harris. I'm an anchor at ABC News, and I also wrote a book called 10% Happier, which is about kind of a skeptical take on meditation. And I have struggled with what I call the trifecta of mental health issues throughout my life: depression, anxiety, and panic attacks. In fact, I had a panic attack live on Good Morning America back in 2004, which is ultimately what kind of put me on the road to meditation. What would I say to my younger self? Depends which younger self you're talking about. But as a kid, my depression started when I was a kid. I actually had a big fear of nuclear war and was sent to a child psychologist, and I was part of some big study of kids during the Cold War. And then, once in a while, the gloom would kind of descend at various periods throughout my life after I graduated from college, and then a big period of depression as a young man who, as a young reporter, I covered wars and came home and got depressed as a result of being addicted to the adrenaline of being in a war zone. So I guess what I would say to my little boy self is that it's okay. Depression is a normal part of the human experience for many people, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. I was lucky that my parents were very open-minded scientists, physicians who did not make me feel ashamed of it, but I'm not sure I internalized that message strongly enough, so I would really say to every kid who's dealing with anxiety or depression or panic that this is part of the human condition, has been since there have been humans. And there are ways to deal with it. Having a good psychologist or psychiatrist is useful. If your doctor recommends it, medication can help. And I also believe that meditation, obviously I have a real standpoint on this because I wrote a book about it, but I think that meditation is very useful, and until recently was not something that people talked about as a viable option. Certainly not when I was a kid or a teenager or a young man. It was actually always considered to be kind of weird. But now there's all these studies that suggest it can really help with things like anxiety and depression, and it can have a positive impact on your brain and your blood pressure. So just to recap, what I would say to my younger self is it's okay. It's not unusual. You can get through it. There are ways to work through it, and I would avail yourself of every possible arrow in the quiver when it comes to your own mental well-being. And that includes, again, to go through the list: psychotherapy, meditation, medication if you need it and you think it's the right thing for you, exercise, getting enough sleep, and having good people in your life you can talk to. Good luck.